Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge, January, February 13th, 2020 at 5:34 a.m. Central Standard Time from 1909, really 1867. Johnnie Walker Red Label. There's the walking man. There's the striding man on the front. This is the older label. There was a new label introduced in 2019, but I don't have that one. All right. Anyway, this will run about $20 a bottle. I got it for 18 because I had a coupon $4 off of the $22 bottle. Age at least 3 years. It says very tiny on the back label. Aged a minimum of 3 years. So you might look at this bottle carefully and think it has no age statement because it's so hard to see. But this is not the 1909 version. That used to be 86.6% alcohol, all right? It was always a 3-year age. The black label was a 12. So they've done like so many liquors, Jack Daniels, Jim Beam. This has been dropped, diluted down to 80 proof because that's how they get it down, lower alcohol. They just add more water. So it's been diluted down to 80 proof. Was it better at the old rating? I wouldn't know. I never had the old rating. Okay, alcohol level rating. Sir Malcolm Royal Club. Wow, look how fancy. There's a crest of the highest quality. A product of Scotland, soft and mellow. There's some meaningless medallions. And this royal crest. A shock of grain. A barrel. A copper pot still. And a key. This is the key to flavor. Blended Scotch whiskey. A blend of 100% choice Scotch whiskeys. Okay, bottled in Frankfort, Kentucky. You say that's where Buffalo Trace is located. Exactly. You got it, Maxwell. Good morning, Ron. Good morning to you, or good afternoon to you, Maxwell in the Russian Federation. All right. Okay, look. Sir Malcolm is $9.99 a bottle, all right? So $10, $20. Although if you go to a Martin wine cellar, they got it for $17.99. Okay? Shop around because Johnnie Walker prices will widely vary. $17.99 at Martin Wine Cellar. That's easy to get to, easy to park. Relatively easy to park. Used to be a movie theater. We went to see a movie there. So you can save money. You go to Rouse's, it might be $23.99. Yeah. Anyway, Sir Malcolm tends to be the same everywhere you go. $9.99. You can get the big jug bottles, the handle bottles, for about $15.99. Big plastic bottles. Here's W for Walker. Now, is this going to be much of a challenge? No, it isn't. And I was telling people 2 days ago that if you want to save yourself time and effort, although I guess it takes no effort to watch a video, just skip it because it's not going to be a challenge. Sir Malcolm's going to taste like cereal grain and be very bland, but not off-putting or bad, just dull. Johnnie Walker is not going to smell like anything remarkable, but it's going to have the deep tunnel of smoke, like smoked pork. So it'd be very rich in that sense. All right. They're both 3-year age and they're both 80 proof. So it's not like one's going to get you drunker than the other. One's going to get you drunker than the other. No. Nothing like that. One's going to get you out of money more than the other. Okay. You could save about $8 to $10 off the Sir Malcolm. But the question is it worth it? When we do the trade-off, is the Johnnie Walker going to really be worth an extra $7 to $10? I would say, yeah. In my own estimation, it would be worth it, but it's depending on what your utilization is. If you're just going to mix it off in a cocktail with some Sprite and something, Heck, go with the Sir Malcolm. You might see it at some bar room, Sir Malcolm, you know, I mean, as a well drink. I'm trying to think, what do they have at the bar rooms for well drinks with scotch? Well, yeah, they got Johnnie Walker up on the shelf and Dewar's, of course, and that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I'll have to go kind of sneak a peek next time I go to one of these places. I noticed that one of the restaurants had Ricoloff vodka. I said, Ricoloff? Oh, no, that's one of those Sazerac cheap brands. But I'm sure the people drinking their cocktail saying, so good, and it's only $9. Gold and amber. The color difference is profound. This is so light. Do they add any color to this? In a barrel for 3 years? I think it would be that pale. I think it would get a little color on it. So I'm thinking maybe they don't add any caramel color because it's got enough little something going on there. Let's see, Sir Malcolm. Who is Sir Malcolm? Yeah, you know who that is, a made-up name. No age statement. Well, that means it's got to be at least 3 years old because that's the law. That's the law. I mean, when this was developed back in 1967 and put on the market, you could almost like imagine guys in an office in New York City saying, "Hey, Timmy, we want to put out a new Scotch whiskey. Yeah, and we want it cheap. All right. Well, we got to make it sound Scottish. How about Sir Angus? No, that other company's already got that name. Well, how about the Thistle? Yeah, the boys down in Cincinnati got the Thistle. Oh, yeah, how about Sir Malcolm? Who's Sir Malcolm? I don't know. Some comic book, some comic strip I was reading. They had Sir Malcolm. Yeah, and make it look fancy too. And I don't want none of that gasoline coming back where the customers are sick to their stomach. I want it to be quality. Well, you know, within our limited budget. You got it, Mac. All right, Timmy, you got the account. Now you go put that out and churn it out and you get it on the shelf. Well, all right. And then they did it, and then there you go, Sir Malcolm. You say you're very cynical and crass, and they don't do things like that. Well, okay, but that's what I imagine that they do. All right. So it's been on the market for 53 years. 53 years of winning in the sense that people buy it. You say, what about the awards? Yeah, not exactly. But it's a winner for Sazerac because they put it out there with minimal cost. They ship it over here to Kentucky, bottle it at Buffalo Trace, churn it out, people drink it, mix it with all their favorite things. Like one guy was telling me his grandmother likes to drink whiskey mixed with milk. I said, what? He said, that's what she likes. She puts whiskey in milk and drinks it. I said, well, if she likes it, I guess there's nothing wrong with it. Maybe they do that with Sir Malcolm. Wouldn't interfere with the flavor too much because it's so dull. Okay, on with the taste challenge. I got to close my eyes. Smells very doughy. Dough, bread, dough. And that makes me think it's Sir Malcolm because I remember Sir Malcolm being very doughy, like bread dough. Almost makes you think they're using a higher percentage of single malt Scotch, but they probably aren't. It probably really is 80% column still grain whiskey and about 20% single malt. And you say some of the finest single malts available in Scotland from our reserve stocks. Sure. Okay. Let's go over here. I smell smoke. And when I smell smoke, I'm thinking Mr. Walker. Nancy Walker Red Label. It's the quicker picker upper. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I got confused about something else. Johnnie Walker Red Label. Who's Johnny? Little sweetness there also. I wouldn't want you to get the misunderstanding that I'm thinking this is profoundly smoky in the nose, because it is not. But in the flavor, it is. Back to Sir Malcolm. I think that was the first scotch I ever bought. No, retraction. It was Clan McGregor, which I think Clan McGregor is better than Sir Malcolm. All right. The funny thing about Sir Malcolm is that it tastes so candy-like. It's like a lot of other American blended whiskeys. This is blended Scotch whiskey, but it's got that like candy taste, like some kind of sugary candy, like I don't know, like the base of a Now and Later or something, but those are sour. But you know what I'm saying? Like it tastes like sugar. You say it shouldn't taste like sugar. It should all be converted into alcohol. Hey, but I'm just telling you what it tastes like sweet corn candy, corn-based candy, like corn syrup. It doesn't taste bad, but if you are an American blended whiskey drinker and you say, I drink Heaven Hill Quality House, it's called Quality House today, and you say, I'm scared to jump to Scotch, I heard it's an exotic flavor, I'd say, no, go to Sir Malcolm. It won't taste too much different. It won't taste much different, really. You say, what about the peatiness? Yeah, what about it? It ain't there. I mean, there might be a shade of that, but honestly, if you were drinking, think of some. Oh yeah, 75 South from Albertsons, Jewel Osco, Sazerac, a Sazerac brand. Or you were drinking, trying to think, probably the Winn-Dixie. No, they don't make. Oh yeah, Ancient Age Preferred Blend, black label with the red writing and the gold trim. That one, yeah, this wouldn't be that different really, except this is from Scotland and those are from Kentucky. But or the old retired Albertsons blended American whiskey with that old brown label. Nah, it's the same thing. It's like, okay, wow, it's Scotch. It's all the way from Scotland, yet it costs the same price as T.W. Samuels from Heaven Hill in Kentucky. And it's in the same ballpark, just run-of-the-mill, average, bland, but not bad, not bad. And in fact, it's probably better than those, because some of those Heaven Hill brands like Kentucky Gold will have a really weird honeydew melon taste. Like, why does this taste like fruit? I mean, it's all right. One good thing, it does have that bread dough, which is making me think that somehow, possibly, instead of being 80-20, 80% corn, grain alcohol, grain whiskey, and 20% single malt, it could, although I'm almost certain it isn't, but it could somehow be 78-22. Like maybe it's got a little higher percentage of single malt, 22%. Because it's got that breadiness, but I don't know, like barley bread. I don't know. Maybe it's just the taste of it, whatever. Ron, what's the weather now? Well, it was raining overnight. I had to hurry up and shut the windows, and then the cold weather started coming in. Oh, but it'll only be in the 40s. I don't know what that is in the English system. Good morning, dude. Good morning to you. Thanks for watching. I don't need to close my eyes now. Oh man, this is so obviously Johnnie Walker that it's not even funny. It's a runaway. It's so smoky, so smoky. Now, for people like me that like the wild flavors and everything, I would like it. I mean, I like it because I like these bold, yeah, bold flavors and all that. But for somebody that was kind of reticent about testing Scotch, trying it out, oh, this would just be like, oh, I could hear my daughter saying, "Why'd you make me taste that? Oh, it's gross. It tastes like smoke and old peat, old compost." Ugh. She probably, I just can imagine she wouldn't like it. Now, to Sir Malcolm, she might prefer. She might say, there's not much to it, but it's not off-putting. And she might say, well, I could make some different mixed drinks with it, different cocktails. That's what her and her friends do. They don't, ain't no way they're gonna sit here and sip it neat. No way. They're over there. I think they have like a database that they write stuff down and share with each other and try these different cocktails. Oh well, to each his own. I have no interest in that, but that's their thing, man. There's a radio show comes on in New Orleans once a week, The Tales of the Cocktail. And they just talk about it for an hour. I don't know. I couldn't get interested. 15 in Louisiana, 15 degrees Fahrenheit. No. No. Maybe 43 degrees Fahrenheit tonight. 15. Oh, Celsius. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, okay, go with that. Well, you get what you pay for. I mean, this is a full bore smoke attack. I don't know what other people think about Johnnie Walker. Some people hate it, like the connoisseur people, that do videos, the real big time YouTube whiskey guys. They generally don't like it. They just kind of like, if I'm slumming it, I'll drink it. I'm too good for that. But they have a right to have that attitude. I'm not saying they don't have a right to have that attitude. If it's your money and you're buying whatever you want to buy, you could hate on anything. I don't even care if you're snobby about it. Just hate on it. I don't care. But to me, it's not just basic junk. I think it has a lot going for it. It's so intricate, and all that smoke, the deep, rich smoke. Is there more than just smoke? Yeah, there's like that underlying sweet and sour sauce peatiness, like compost thing. But it's almost like more like a sweet and sour sauce. It's not a good description, but it's hard to translate these things into words if you're not tasting it. Is it the smokiest Scotch I've ever tried? Yes, it is. Now, you might roll your eyes and say, if Johnnie Walker Red Label is the smokiest Scotch you've ever tried, you ain't tried much. Okay. I never have claimed to try. I've tried a decent amount, but at no point did I ever say I tried a whole lot. So you don't get experience without getting experience, right? If I didn't even start tasting Scotch until 2015, how on earth am I going to get a lot of experience without experiencing it, right? You learn by doing. You say, well, you never even tried an IPA before 1996. That's right. I never did. And then I did. And then I kept trying them. So I've tried many IPAs, hundreds now. All right. So there you go. All right. I think the Johnnie Walker's better now. Is it $10 a bottle better? Yeah, I think so. I think it is. With the understanding that many of you would not like it, because if you hate that smoky flavor, you'd hate it. You might prefer the Sir Malcolm. All right. Is Sir Malcolm a bad product? It isn't a bad product. It's just so bland. But I don't know what I'm complaining about. I'll look at these beer reviews and beer posts that people make, and they just adore bland stuff. Some of the most popular beer brands on the market are dull. You say, yeah, but they're consistent. They're consistently dull. You're right. And people want that. Some of the most popular whiskeys are on the dull ho-hum side. Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, Crown Royal. You know what I mean? So that's it. I took care of the tasting for the Sir Malcolm. Would I recommend Sir Malcolm? I would recommend it, because it does have some unique qualities. In other words, that unusually high level of dough flavor, bread dough flavor, which does make you think, like I already said. And it's not harsh. Like, it doesn't, you know, some of these can be like grain alcohol, like harsh, like they're like sandpaper on your face, like scrubbing your face with sandpaper. This one has none of that. It's very mild. So I think that's a big selling point for it. It says on the label, mild and mellow. Oh, soft and mellow. Yeah, I think that's an exact description. I know some of these labels are just different, but that one's not. It is soft and mellow. You nailed it, Buffalo Trace. It's soft and mellow, which sounds nicer than saying ho-hum and bland, but you get it. Okay, Johnnie Walker, bold, Scottish. It's got a lot of, you know, manliness to it. Yeah. And it's made to be a mixer. If you look at their website, this one is created to be a mixer. It's not made to sip on its own, but I think it's fabulous on its own. Morning, Ron, says Metalhead 1990. Good morning to you. Thanks for watching. Well, I'm voting for Johnnie Walker Red Label. That's the winner today. And I've never gotten it wrong yet. I've done all these taste challenges, ain't gotten it wrong yet. And I'm not going to get it wrong. It's so distinct. It's unique. Johnnie Walker is unique. Whether you like it or not, it's unique. I don't see how you would confuse it with something else. What's the next challenge? Let's see. I have Scoresby. But there's more. What am I can't ever think of them. Hold on a minute. Oh, yeah. Haha. Well, daylight. Where did daylight go? Did it forget to turn daylight today? Johnnie Walker heard the best. I don't know if it's the best, but it's mighty fine and it's worth the money. If you want to lay down $20 to $22 or less, if you go to Martin Wine Stuff, I would recommend that. I think it's an experience, you know. Oh yeah, Highland Mist on Saturday morning. Well, it's bottled in Chicago by Barton Imports, but that's part of SADC also. Yeah, I can't recommend this one too much. It's pretty dull. It's got kind of a harsh little undertaste, a little underbite, and you said, look how rich and gold it is. Yeah, it's amazing what you can do with caramel color, ain't it? It's $6.49 a bottle. Yeah, you heard me right. $6.49, and that's about what it's worth. International market. It isn't actually terrible. It's not even actually bad. I guess it's a C. Now that I've evaluated it, it's average. I mean, you could buy it $6.49. It's not like you're throwing away a lot of money. And then you could go around and tell people, I tried that once. And they could say, what'd you think? And you could tell them, it was kind of bland. And they would all say, yeah, we noticed that too. It's kind of harsh a little bit, little grating quality. But at least you could tell people you tried it. Highland Mist. It's a real brand too. It's not one of these private label store brands, you know, that are fake, made to look like a real brand, distributed everywhere. They used to have magazine ads for it. I've seen them. Just didn't catch on. All right, so that's it. 2 days from now, that's the plan to go to do this Highland Mist against Johnnie Walker. And they make such a big production about Highland Mist too. It's so funny. You'll see. I'll read it in 2 days. The way they build it up, like you really discovered something when you bought this for $6.49. That won't even be worthwhile, though. If you want to save time, don't watch it, because you're going to be looking at a total mismatch. You know how they got these boxers that are really good, and they put them up against these scrubs. It's that kind of thing. You say, that Highland Mist might be a Buster Douglas. Nah, ain't gonna happen. Nah, God. Sunday will be the closeout. We'll be closing out Johnnie Walker with Scoresby. Is Scoresby going to give it a run? Nah, not really, but it'll give it a better It'll give a better performance than Highland Mist. And then we'll be off to bourbon. Bourbon, y'all. It's bourbon. Bourbon whiskey.